whining. Alright you guys, so we are up at Papa Al's right now, and today is Friday, so for Flashback Friday, we decided that we're going to talk about our engagement story, what I did and how I felt and whatnot, and then also...
What I did and how I felt, because
we don't really care
Ashley wasn't there.
But also...
She's a minor role.
Insignificant.
Truly.
Kind of like sex, it doesn't matter what Ashley thinks.
Children watch this, father. My father is a pervert, excuse me. But also, my sister is up here, and so she was actually there on the trip when I proposed.
She was the photographer.
So it'll be fun to get her point of view.
I love that trip. It was fun. We did 24 hours trip down to Disneyland. Drove down there one day, stayed the night at the hotel, did downtown Disney. Oh, that's right. We had to get chains going through Northern California. And so James and my husband, Ryan, were in flip-flops, putting chains on tires.
And there was snow for like 1 mile on the freeway.
And it wasn't that bad.
It was the stupidest thing ever.
But the policemen were making us pull over and get chains.
It was my first road trip with someone besides my family.
Had lots of In-N-Out. I remember In-N-Out on that trip. I think we ate there
That was my
3
first-
times in
that
2
was
days.
my first time ever.
Yeah.
At In-N-Out.
Pretty much every dinner and lunch we ate at In-N-Out.
So we went to Disneyland, had to be there at like 8 o'clock. We had a backpack that we shared, and all of our snacks were in it, you know, sweatshirts, because we were going to be there all day long.
When you go to Disneyland, you usually want to be there for at least 2 days, and we only had 1 day to do it. And so,
and it was just Disneyland, not California.
And obviously she had no idea that I was going to propose, and so I knew that that was a big part of the day. But also, we love Disneyland, so we just wanted to enjoy the day.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like adamant, oh, I want to get there, you know, right when the park opens, that way we can actually enjoy the day. Otherwise, Disneyland is expensive. If you don't get there right when it opens, it's like a waste of money.
We all knew James was going to propose, but
all of us.
I hadn't really hung out with Ashley very much. I was more like kind of nervous, like, oh, is it okay, you know, or...
This is new information to me, guys. Honestly, I was so nervous that the whole day is pretty much like a blur to me because I was like so freaking out about it. So Ashley remembers way more details than I remember about it because I was just like so nervous, even though
Did you think she was going to say no?
No, I knew she was going to say yes, and we had talked about it, and so it's like I don't know what I was worried about, but obviously it's a big deal, so I was just kind of freaking
You were worried she was going to say yes.
Thanks, Al.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyways, the day of, we were just having fun in Disneyland. I didn't think too much about the engagement. I wasn't worried about it like James was.
Well, and like 2 weeks before, you were adamant that we had to go visit my family, and you had to ask my, you know, you had to talk to my dad. We needed to talk to my dad, and I didn't know why it was so important for you to talk to my dad right that second.
I actually asked her dad for permission to marry her. Biggest mistake ever. Just kidding.
Is that when he gave you all the money?
But I was so nervous because I was what, 20, 21?
No, you were 20.
No, I was 20.
You were 21.
No.
Excuse.
I got married when we were 22, and we were engaged for 1.5 years, so I was 20. Anyways, 20 or 21. So I was freaking out because this is the first time I had ever been.
Your brother wants you on the camera.
This is the first time I had ever been alone with her dad and had like a one-on-one conversation, and he knew obviously what I was gonna say because why else would I be like, hey, can we go talk or whatever? So anyways, we went to the apple pie place in Madras, wherever it is. But anyways,
That's close.
He said yes, so that was all done. So that was all prepared, and then back to Disneyland. Go ahead.
So we went to Disneyland, and he the whole time is telling me how pretty I look, and you look amazing, and you look pretty. Let's hold hands. Let's do. And at first I'm like, why is he being so needy? Because it was just
basically she almost broke up with me.
No, I didn't. But he was just very like it wasn't like needy, but it was just like that. You're really pretty today. You look really good. I don't know what it is, but you look really pretty today.
I had to butter her up. I mean, come on.
And so it was all day long, and then I remember at one point one of Chrissy or Ryan or someone asked for snacks, and so we're like, yeah, let's have snacks. And I'm like, oh, I'll get them. And I started to reach in the bag, and he's like, don't, I'll get it. And like rips the bag away from me. And like made me feel like some like little
If
kid.
you didn't know, because she hasn't told you, the ring was in the bag, so I didn't want her to see the ring. So I was like super nervous about that.
Yeah. He like, for the most part, we were taking turns carrying the bag, and every time it was my turn, he would usually take my turn for me. So I'm like, oh, he's being a gentleman. When in all reality, it was just because he didn't want me to find it.
All right, but so we get to the end of the day, and what I wanted to do was propose during the Phantasmic show or whatever, because I knew that one of the floats that went by was the Beauty and the Beast float, and that was her favorite and still is her favorite Disney movie. And so I wanted to, you know, be all romantic as I can be, and I'm not very romantic,
And
but
Beast-like.
and Beast-like. So we were sitting there, and I was freaking out.
When it came, I knew he was gonna propose at the parade, and I was on camera duty, so I kept looking over my shoulder, wondering when the question was happening. I didn't know it was happening when Belle went by. That I didn't know about that. Yeah.
Tell-
You kept asking, you want to stand up? No, I don't. Because we were in a sit-only section. We were in a sit-only section, and I saw people, like, getting reprimanded by, like, the Disney police. And so I didn't want to be one of those people.
I'm
looked-
the Disney police. We have ways to make you behave, or you'll be sent to the ovens.
I'm one of those people, I don't like to get in trouble. I follow the rules.
No confrontation.
No, I didn't want the Disney police to like come and like reprimand me, and so he kept asking me to stand up. I'm like, no, I don't want to stand up. Well, just stand up really quickly. No, I don't want to. And he's like, just really quickly. And I'm like, what is your problem? I don't understand why I need to stand up. I'm quite comfortable. I'm sitting down. No policeman is going to come and tell me to sit down, little girl.
In the meantime, I keep like looking over my shoulder to see, am I supposed to take pictures yet? Am I supposed to take pictures yet?
And so I just thought you were really excited and wanted to see our faces. Oh, she's into it. Anyway, so he keeps asking, I'm like, no. And he goes, will you at least get on your knees? Why? Just get on your knees. Why? Just get on your knees. I know.
She's not very obedient.
Yeah. So I got on my knees, and he's like, okay, turn to me. And it's like, oh my Lanta. I am thinking you're just being needy. Poor guy. So
Did you hear any yelling, screaming?
I thought he was being needy, and the poor guy, I mean, he was trying to be really sweet and romantic, and I'm just like, what? But anyway, you can.
I honestly.
We turned to each other. We got on our knees, and I hear the girl behind us go.
Everybody else knew that I was proposing except for
me.
So, anyways, I finally, the moment came when Beauty and the Beast came by. I proposed. And
I said no, get away.
Yeah, and then we got a divorce. And
got a divorce. We weren't even engaged.
Oh, and it was so sweet because at the end, downtown Disney, we went in Christmas time, and Disney does these bubble snow. So they make it snow. So it was actually really romantic as we were walking out from the parade. They were just freshly engaged. And, you know, I'm feeling the love, too, because it's a sweet moment.
That's how I proposed, and that's how we got married. And
So we got
married about 3 years later.
And then it was a pretty long engagement. It was a 1.5 year long engagement. But it gave us time to like slowly plan the wedding, get all that done. But that's a whole
Get
other
the
story.
schooling done.
And I don't want to go in details about that. But that's Flashback Friday for you guys. So if you do have any other questions about, you know, what we did or how we did or anything, let us know down below in the comments, and we'll answer that in another video.
Disneyland at Christmas time is really fun.
Best, yes.
The end.
Voiceover.
Voice over.
Noun.
Movies.
Television.
The voice of an off-screen narrator, announcer, or the like.
A televised sequence, as in a commercial using such a voice.
Any off-screen voice is that of a character in a narrative.